On August 15, 2026, federal agents intercepted former U.S. Representative Eric Swalwell at San Francisco International Airport and seized his electronic devices. The following day, federal agents escalated their investigation, executing a search warrant at his private residence in Washington, D.C. Concurrently, the White House Government Transparency Task Force released a 97-page declassified counterintelligence file detailing his past interactions with a suspected foreign spy. In the span of 48 hours, a rising political figure faced a total collapse, caught between an active criminal raid and the unearthing of a decade-old espionage scandal. To understand how a federal lawmaker reaches this point, we have to look back to 2011. Eric Swalwell was a young, ambitious politician, making the leap from local Bay Area politics to the United States Congress. This diagram shows a deliberate shift in foreign intelligence strategy, comparing traditional espionage against high-level federal executives to a modern approach, mapping out and grooming local and regional politicians on their way up. Operating under the strategy, a suspected intelligence asset named Christine Fang, often known as Fang Fang, began embedding herself in civic organizations to build influence within California political circles. She was highly effective. By 2014, Fang acted as a campaign bundler for Swalwell's re-election and successfully placed an intern inside his congressional office. This initial infiltration establishes that modern espionage is built through administrative and financial integration. Behind the scenes, the FBI was watching. In an operation codenamed Rusty Thumbs, federal investigators initially attempted to recruit Fang as an informant to monitor these influence networks. When that recruitment effort failed, the Department of Justice shifted tactics. In March 2014, they opened a predicated inquiry codenamed Freshman 15. The investigators were specifically looking for potential campaign finance violations and illegal quid pro arrangements tied to those congressional internships and donations. But the inquiry uncovered personal compromises as well. According to the recently declassified files, Swalwell admitted to federal investigators that he maintained a physical relationship with Fang between 2012 and 2015. In a March 2016 FBI interview, he detailed an unannounced encounter at his apartment. He noted to agents that he had taken Ambien prior to her arrival, leaving him with minimal recollection of the event. Grave. Standard congressional security protocols are designed to protect classified documents. They are largely defenseless against unvetted personal vulnerabilities and reckless private behavior. The FBI intervened directly in May 2015, providing Swalwell with a defensive briefing. He immediately cut ties with Fang, who subsequently fled to China. For years, Swalwell survived the episode. He was never charged with a crime related to Fang, and he retained his prestigious seat on the House Intelligence Committee, creating an illusion of political invulnerability. That shielding fractured in January 2023, when newly elected Speaker Kevin McCarthy unilaterally removed Swalwell from the Intelligence Committee, citing the FBI's counterintelligence briefings. Despite McCarthy's action, the bipartisan House Ethics Committee eventually closed its own 2-year probe into the matter in May 2023, opting not to find any formal wrongdoing. The FBI successfully neutralized the immediate counterintelligence threat posed by Fang. However, the underlying behavioral flaws that allowed the infiltration remained entirely unaddressed. By late 2025, Swalwell had managed to rebuild his political momentum, launching a highly visible campaign for governor of California. Then came the implosion. In April 2026, multiple women came forward with severe allegations of sexual misconduct and harassment against him. The accusations escalated rapidly. A former congressional staffer alleged that Swalwell raped her on 2 separate occasions in 2024 while she was highly intoxicated. The resulting scandal cost him his political support, forcing his withdrawal from the governor's race and his resignation from Congress. A politician can weather the storm of an external foreign intelligence probe. They cannot survive the public exposure of an internal pattern of reckless, predatory personal conduct. Resigning from Congress stripped Swalwell of his remaining institutional protections, opening the door for immediate, multi-jurisdictional criminal investigations. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office, led by Alvin Bragg, launched an active criminal investigation specifically focused on the New York hotel sexual assault allegations. Simultaneously, federal prosecutors began exploring potential violations of Title 18, Section 242, the deprivation of rights under color of law. This federal scrutiny is what led directly to the airport raid and the seizure of his devices. This diagram shows a side-by-side timeline comparing the 2015 counterintelligence spy scandal on one end against the 2026 criminal assault probes on the other. Both paths converge on a single central node: personal misconduct. Foreign intelligence services leverage personal character flaws to bypass traditional security. When these vulnerabilities go unaddressed, they serve as the primary mechanism for a political collapse.